Hi there. Welcome to a new video we have in our water series. I want to make a mention of something. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. It's called the rule of threes for survival. Basically what it says is that you have 3 minutes you can go without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Now they're not exact times, they're more of a generalization, but what it does for you is it helps you to figure out where your priorities are if you're out in a survival situation. And just to explain them just a little bit, obviously 3 minutes without air, you can figure that out. 3 hours without shelter. Now the shelter, that could refer to the clothes that you're wearing, something to block the sun on a hot day, a fire to keep you warm in the winter, things like that. They all count as a shelter, so you don't have to think that you have to build this shelter within 3 hours of being out there. As long as you have the proper clothes on, that counts as your shelter. The next one is the 3 days without water. And that's really what this series is going to focus on, are water gathering and purification techniques. Now, it says 3 days, but honestly, after a day or so, you're going to start to feel the effects of dehydration. So you want to try to have water whenever you can. Now, water is a very important resource, as you can see, but it's also a heavy resource. A gallon of water weighs a little over 8 pounds. So carrying a lot of water, what you need out with you, might not always be a feasible option. So we're going to talk about some ways to collect it out in the woods when you're out there. So, now what I have this stream here, and I'm going to try to keep my feet out of it. I don't want to get my feet wet while I'm collecting my water here. And I also have my stainless steel water bottle that I always carry out with me. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gloves off. Just going to put them in my pocket here, because basically whenever I go to fill this water bottle, my hands are probably going to get wet. And that you're going to think, well, you want to keep your gloves on because the water's cold, but really what you want is to fill your water bottle, and then you can shake your hands off and put your gloves on, and you'll warm right back up. If you get your gloves wet, they're going to stay wet for quite a while. So what we're going to do here, just going to take my cap off. Now, depending on the water source of where you're getting your water from, if it's got a lot of dirt in it, a lot of debris, what you can do is you can take your cotton bandana or a piece of cloth that you have with you. You could even use your sock if you needed to. I wouldn't use it in the wintertime if that was the only socks that I had to wear, because it is going to get wet. So what you can do is put this over the top of your bottle. Now I folded it up. That's probably not actually a good thing to do. What you want to do is you just need one layer there, because really all you're trying to do is keep the debris from flowing into your bottle. Now this stream I'm in here, there isn't any real debris floating around that I can see. And this does take longer when you have the cloth on, because the water has to soak through your cloth. So I'm not going to use that today when I'm collecting my water. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put the opening of the bottle downstream, flowing downstream. That way when I put it in, the water will still flow in and fill it up. But if there is any debris or anything in here, it's going to go past it, and you're going to minimize how much you actually get in this. So what I'm going to do is I have a deeper section right here. So I'm just going to put my bottle down in. And you can see it's already filled up. And what I'm going to do, especially if you're not right next to the stream for where you're at. So I'm going to put my lid back on, because I have to walk out through the woods a little bit, and I don't want to spill my water, because the more I spill, then I got to make more trips back if I need more water. So that was it. That was a simple little collection video. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this for the next video. We're going to go over and have a fire, and I'm going to show you how to use fire to purify this. So hang on, stay tuned for the next video.